right, here we go. Not only here we go, here we end. We've made it through a full day of Stronger Together podcast. We've had so many people stop by, excuse me, be part of this event. We see people walking by live. It has been an honor to be here. This is my 4th year to be podcasting live here. It's been a lot of fun. And I got to share it today with my co-host, Nick. How are you today?
I'm doing really well. I'm excited to have another opportunity to talk to an amazing educator and see what I can learn and connect with others and soon people walking by, like Tim Needles is walking by.
Hey, Tim Needles in the house, everybody.
Amazing educators all over the place. I'm excited to have this conversation today.
Yeah, and you made it through. When I said we're going to do this live, what is this what you thought was going to happen? Meet all these great people.
I didn't think it'd be that many great people, but it's been even more. But that's the great thing about coming to an event like ISTE is that you are surrounded by amazing educators, and even if it's a quick walk by, it's like a little spark to remember. Ooh, I have to find them in the hallway because I have a question for them that I want to ask. And since I'm here, it's like my opportunity to do that. So it's a great reason. So for everyone walking by now or listening, like take advantage of those moments because there are very few opportunities where all of these people are in the same place, learning and sharing and growing together.
Yeah, and tomorrow the vendor hall is going to open. So tell us about School AI in booth 2714.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, School AI is a K-12 AI product and beyond. We love to help teachers create spaces, which are educational AI environments with guardrails to support student learning. Our number one goal is to help teachers and everyone that supports students make school awesome every day. So swing by 2714. Tonight, we're sponsoring the board game night for ISTE. Check that out. We're also sponsoring EdTech Karaoke on Tuesday night. And so you can just find me, Nick Provenzano, at The Nerdy Teacher on the socials if you want to connect, because I know we're doing pin trading. That's
yes,
the thing that we're doing.
I got some pins for you if you didn't have any either. Yes.
I've got some very special limited edition School AI pins.
All right.
Ready to hand out as well. So come and find me.
Awesome. So we're going to keep this going. We are going to welcome in our guest. I'm thrilled to learn from him, Don Wettrick. Did I get that right? The CEO and co-founder of the STARTedUP Foundation. Don, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. I will be there with you guys soon. Just wanted to still make the podcast, but couldn't do it live. All
right. Well, I'm glad we were able to figure it out. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, a teacher of like 20-something years. And then about 10 years ago, no, it's been more than that. I started a class called Innovation and Open Source Learning, and I got students to do bizarre things. A lot of it getting patents, starting businesses. But we called it the open source learning class as well, because the gist of the class was if school didn't get in your way, what would you want to do and what would you want to learn? I was always taught by parents, and they're like, they should teach in today's schools. And a lot of it was around things we weren't providing. A lot of it was around money. A lot of it was around leadership. And so we kept open sourcing it, and just the guest list kind of got ridiculous. This is how far back it goes. A lot of my students were hearing about this, they were doing this creator program on YouTube, and you might be able to make a living on YouTube. That's how far back it goes. And so we started reaching out to people, and then we got a lot of really good connections. A lot of now famous YouTubers started connecting with us, but they were just getting their start. So Casey Neistat, Gary Vaynerchuk, my favorite, Zach King, were all of a sudden just called into the class. And it got the eye and ear of some of our state leaders. I live in Indiana. And we're doing a pitch competition. So I now focus, I work with a lot of teachers to get them to reframe their classroom as an innovation hub, as almost an incubator of sorts. That the time and the things you're going to work on in school should actually live beyond school. And we now have proven the concept. We actually just had another student call us 2 days ago. We have another student that just got $5 million of round of funding. So we think that the startup hub of all startup hubs is tax funded, and it's your local classroom. We just need to make sure our teachers know that and have some space for it.
I was going to say, it's Indiana, I have to tell you, is one of those states where I've been very lucky to have worked a lot of their summer PD and East Lafayette and places like that. Indiana has always stood out to me in the summers, what they dedicate to EdTech PD and things like that. Like, what have you seen over the years, this growth and support of EdTech in your state and all of these different initiatives?
Yeah, we're one of the few states that do have a lot of similar learning things, really, I think the nice thing is that Indiana, while kind of quiet and humble, we punch above our weight class. We have a state superintendent or secretary of education that wants to try some things, even if it means it didn't work out well. That is the entrepreneurial way, right? Let's test this. Let's see how it works. And then also standing on the shoulders of student giants. I mean, we launched our foundation with a lot of support from the state, both from the Department of Ed and Secretary of Commerce, of like, again, getting those students to see that the time they're spending in the school day can mean more than a grade. So yeah, I mean, we've got great leadership here in the state. We also got great universities. A lot of people, by the way, Nick, West Lafayette.
Oh, yes, you're right. Oops,
Yeah,
sorry.
Purdue. But gosh, like Indiana University, national champs football, Purdue University, Notre Dame, Ball State, Indiana State. So we've got a treasure trove of great universities to also, if students want to continue that road, that we've just got a lot of great educational things going on.
Awesome. Well, tell me about the class. The classroom is the startup. That's Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Tell us about that session that you're doing.
I'm trying to work with Trojan horse teachers that no matter what you teach, and I will say this, we work with a lot of engineering, biomed, computer science, robotics, and yes, traditional business and economics teachers. We want to get your students to see a problem as an opportunity. What do they want to do with it? I think we do a great job of pointing out what sucks in this country. It's called our social media. Knowing what to do and how to build and scale solutions, less so. And I want teachers to come in going, okay, if I already taught Project Lead the Way Biomed, what can I expect? Why do I want to open up my classroom? And then, why do I want my student to eventually launch something for real? And again, there's nothing wrong with capstones. I love capstones. But if your whole purpose of doing a capstone is for the audience of one and you get an A, like, I don't really care about that. I'm wanting our students to go, oh my gosh, I can actually launch this for real. And then that's where we do a really good job of, we've been marrying or bringing together venture capital and students, and also making sure we protect their interests, because, sometimes I can get out of hand. But yeah, when our teachers know that. And also to be a part of this really weird group, we offer up really unique opportunities for our teachers. About once a month, we have thought leaders like Dan Pink or Gary Vaynerchuk, people like that, to talk to our teachers to kind of let them know where the world's heading. But then about once a month, we work with really cool influencers that they call our schools. I did not know how popular Jesse Cole is, but like the Savannah Bananas guy, 50 Cent, we've got a really cool thing going on with Lenny Kravitz's camp. So we bring in really cool influencers to let our students know of like, what are you seeing? What do you want to do? And then plus, they believe the Savannah Bananas more than the teacher sometimes.
Well, I love that there's this focus on solving real problems. Like this idea, like, what do you recognize? What do you see? And how have you seen that really change a student's approach and engagement to the work that they're doing?
Oh my gosh. It makes it real. It makes it more personalized. And we do frame it as, what problem do you see as an opportunity? And because like just starting off of like, what sucks, and then saying the person you vote for should do something about it. Like, they're not. So if a student goes, even if it's simple as there's nothing to do here on the weekends, awesome. What if I gave you $25,000? How would you spend it? What would you do? How would you market it? How would you grow and scale? What is your product market fit? What does all that stuff mean? I'm so glad you asked. And then conversely, we want to bring some joy into our educators' lives of like, don't you want to have students start something from, like, we've had some students get into Y Combinator. And if you don't know what it is, I promise you that is a really big freaking deal. 2 kids got into Y Combinator. They were reflecting like, this all started off as a debate in my teacher's class. I mean, like, that's incredible. So I want more teachers to understand that joy. And honestly, thing that I'm going to be talking about in the presentation, as I'm sure a lot of us are, is that, this backlash of ed tech. Like, we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Like all of my students now are using AI tools, all of them. And they're not doing it to copy and paste hey, chat, upload my essay. No. They're looking at real problems, getting data, getting feedback, understanding product market fit, understanding market validation through great AI tools. So this whole we're going to shut everything down is also, I think, one of the problems I see as an opportunity as well. I want more and more of our students to be using AI tools and scrub it against one another. Don't use one, use 4 or 5. Discern.
Well, and what you're doing isn't about technology, right? Like technology might be one of the means to accomplish a solution, right, to a problem, but like that's where you're right in saying out the baby with the bathwater, because that's not what you're doing. You're not teaching a technology course. You're not teaching kids to use Google Docs. They might need to use Google Docs to be part of their business to solve their problem. So I think you point out a very important delineation between these things, where it's at this point asking to remove technology is asking to remove books from the library, is
100%.
asking to like, how do you navigate this moving forward with these, kids as they try to solve these problems?
I think number one, I'm standing on the shoulders of student giants. A part of our convincing now is no longer is that, like, sincerely, if you take a look at our programming, it has meant millions of dollars of scholarships and funding and venture funding. And so we're starting to prove that concept. The reason why I keep doubling down on it is it saves you time and money. If a student goes, one of our we've got a couple real all-stars and they're in biomed. And so they have these kids go to hospitals, medical places, and they start asking questions. They're like, I think I have an idea for a device. Once they have an idea, they then go and do a search. What is the competition? How are we different? It would take you hours and hours and hours of saying, hey, why did you waste hundreds of hours developing this when it's already been done?
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't you iterating on something that already exists and then make some improvements to it? As opposed to, again, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but like spending hours on a capstone that you got an A and then everybody applauds you got an A. I'm happy if you got an A. But these AI tools are going, and not that they can be sycophantic, they can, but like some of the AI tools, like, hey, this is a good idea, but if you ask them and prompt it, like, what is the competition? How am I exactly the same? Like, dude, those AI tools just saved you thousands of hours and potential dollars. And so it's those, but the whole point of this, guys, is that our teachers have to like say, I have to open up this to my classroom. Like this student's project is bigger than the grade. And that's the fundamental problem. And I think that's also why our organization exists. I am not trying to convert the whole school. I need 2 to 3 teachers per high school and some middle schools, because once that happens, those kids sign up and then the parents hear about what's going on with our teachers. And then little by little, it's 5 and 7 teachers. I only need to start with 2 or 3. So by design, I like the people that I would be blessed to have in the room on Tuesday. I'm talking to really the rare of the rare. They're the educator that wants to go in and like, hell yeah, I'll do that. And then they go, but this is weird because I teach history. Awesome. There are problems in history that can use some fixing. I will say this, if you're in advanced math class, you probably don't have time.
I'm sure.
Well, I mean, like, right. Yeah. Sadly.
I have a challenge.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I have a challenge for you, Don. So since you're flying out today, did you say, tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
All right. On Tuesday, make sure you stop by the podcast booth so we can have a picture with you. We've had a picture with all of our guests. So on Tuesday, can you make that happen?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Nick, I haven't seen you in years. I haven't been to an ISTE, and I said 10. It's been 8 years.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to get back. I'm really excited that ISTE's taking up TikTok, so I can, because Nick and I remember the old days. Like, where are we going to be at tonight? Everybody look at Twitter, like, there's trending at the karaoke live, and now like there's been some great updates. So heck yeah, I'll stop by.
All right. Well, it was great to meet you, even though it was virtual. We're going to get you here. We're going to get a chance to meet you because I haven't met you in person. And for those of you watching, Tuesday at 10 o'clock, the classroom is the startup. Make sure to check it out and hear all that Don is bringing. There's so many great things.
We made it.
And we got a whole other day on Tuesday to go. So Don, thank you so much for stopping by, and for everyone
Thanks,
who's
man.
been along this journey with us. Tune back
Thanks,
in on
Matt.
Tuesday at
See you, Nick.
11:30, and we'll be
All right,
ready
guys.
to roll.
All right.
See ya.